way to get the truck washed. Just delivered in Middelburg, and now we're taking the shorter way to the airport to get the truck washed. That's the plan anyway. We'll have to see if it's not too busy to wash it, and after that we go and unload in Pijnacker, and from there maybe I'll take you on to a trip to Gorkum. Maybe, I don't know. He's making a lot of dust. Why are you doing that? Why are you making a lot of dust? Interesting. Because we have a lot of foreign people in front of us, it's gonna take it a little bit slower. Mainly those people are here to sightsee. A lot of random stuff. And they tend to take it really slowly. Cruise control on and go. This video is mainly to let you see what I see, what my view is. Well, your view is like widescreen and fish-eyed and all that kind of stuff. It's just good to know, you know. People like this. People like to watch these videos. I do as well, especially if it's mounted on the head of the driver. It's just fun. And you can see what the driver does, what he sees, because whenever I turn my head I'm looking at something. Then again, my eyes are watching a lot too. Windmill. And this is a very familiar road for me anyway, so I know most of the stuff that's around here. Engine brake. This thing is the engine brake. Just before you're gonna ask, that's the engine brake. It resets itself whenever I touch the gas pedal. When I tap it down like that, you hear? It says I'm braking, and that's off, up. To me is a gear up. From me is a gear down. I also have a pedal on my left foot to engage the engine brake, but this makes me control it a bit more. At least I find it easier to control through this stick. And mainly what I do is then go down a gear and then activate it as soon as the gear engages, because it's an automatic. As soon as it engages, it goes into the braking. That's one nice little house. A big piece of land. Let's see what we see, what you guys see. If it will reconnect, it takes some time. Let's see if you're still mounted on my head properly. Just got this GoPro Session, whatever you call it. Oh yeah, you're still mounted properly. This is a very interesting road because it has tons of roundabouts. tons, I mean tons. There are still at least 9 to go. They're a little bit spread out at this point. But other than that, yeah. Do you see that? Yeah. Cows. Moo. That bus, there's a chance that bus will go to a very up here. The next exit or something is a very well-known area. This whole place is built around these bridges and waterways and all that kind of stuff. So up here, not here, but just around on the other side of the roundabout, we're gonna go on. There is something called Neeltje Jans, and that has a lot to do with the water. This is what you see in summer Germans fucking about. Don't care about anything, they just drive the way they want to drive because they want to sightsee. I'm not a big fan of driving here in the summer because of people like them. I usually take the motorway. It's a lot easier, straightforward, 2 lanes on each side, no problem at all. But because of Germans like that. In summer, Zeeland isn't part of Holland, it's part of Germany. That's just fact. They take over for the summer and we have to take our passports to get in. I always have mine with me, so I'm good, but yeah. It's getting a bit dull here because there's nothing really to see. We're close to the sea. On the left here is the sea. Well, if you go a little bit more towards the edge, you know, of the island. But this is part of an island. Hamburgers and fish burgers. Well, I'm not interested, sorry. A lot of camping sites here where you can put your caravan and all that kind of stuff. What they're doing here is probably building bungalows or something. I don't know, they've been busy for a while. And you brake. It also goes down 1 gear automatically when you engage it. That's because you need to slow down, so. Windmills, only the not as fancy ones. These are just for energy. Those collect energy. Usually, this little bit, 2 lane, and slower cars can overtake if they want, but we don't have any behind us. Well, I don't know about that white one. Maybe. Are they smart enough? No. Too bad. When you see a brown sign like that, it says Oosterschelde. And this is Neeltje Jans. It's an attraction, you know. If you see a brown sign like that, you know you're entering something special. They want you to know it's special. the autumn, when there are high winds, they are tempted to close this down for trucks, because over there is the open sea, over there is the inland, and usually there's a big gust of wind from sea. And with a big gust of wind, I mean a real big gust of wind, the one that can tip you over. Me, at least, my truck. I'm a big, I'm your average sized lorry, so yeah, it can tip me over if needed. So they tend to close this down, and yeah, you can see it over there in the distance. It's not very clear, but that's the Zeelandbrug. That's a few kilometer long bridge between, what was it? Yeah, two parts of land that weren't connected before. Just like this. This is all made to... back in the day, there were all little boats going from island to island, and if you had to deliver there, you had to go take a boat with your truck. And now they all just build bridges. That's easier. It actually is. It makes it a hell of a lot easier. Look at the sights. Kites on over there. That's the beach, or part of a beach. Let me check the time schedule. 16:28, 15:28. Should be good to wash, and maybe on the last trip I'll fuel up. Yeah, should be. Because we're closing into a quarter tank, almost 3,000 kilometers with a 1,000 liters, yeah. Over there, see those two buildings sticking up on the horizon? That's part of Milchians, and in the middle of that is a little lower building, and also that's the main building. I've never been there actually. I'm Dutch. I've never been there. What the hell's wrong with me? But yeah. Oh, the bus is not stopping here. Okay. Fine by me. Well, as you see, there's parking for buses and for cars. And it's a busy truck route sometimes. 1, 2, 3 trucks, 4 trucks. Yeah, there's a lot of trucks. And camper vans. Those ones I do hate. You can go quite a speed with that. That's a colleague. He didn't recognize me, but that's alright. He was more fixated on the bike in front of him. Too late, Mr. Car. You can't overtake in this part. That's the last bridge. There's 4 bridges of the almost exactly the same, and they made these little islands in between with nothing on it. Windy. Not too much. I've had worse. Wait. That seagull. Those bags are for to say it's windy or not, and it's somewhat windy, not too bad. I've had worse. Newly paved this recently. Turn off the gas here, and then brake with the exhaust brake or engine brake. I don't know what this one's called. I think it's an engine brake. Brakes the engine. So that's a bumblebee. Sorry. You also hear whenever the engine brake, oh, there it goes in. That little tick is the brake lights. I'm not touching the brake pedal in any shape or form. Ambulance. If we go to the left here, we're not. Take the left here, we'll go to another store, the store of Berg Haamstede. It's especially in summer, it's just busy. It's they got a lot of freight, a lot of drinks, Coca-Cola and all that kind of stuff. They get a lot of that, a lot of beer as well. And their income, the daily income and stuff is quadruples during summer. In winter it's just only the residents of the little village go there, and in summer the village is 3 times the size of what it normally is, and they go and all the Germans and Belgian people go and just plunder the store Well, I've catched up to these guys. Mine, yeah, the front truck is loaded. Those pipes maybe not too heavy, but still he's loaded and he can't go that fast. So he can go the speed limit, but that's it. He can't accelerate that quickly. I don't encourage him to do so anyway. Well, his front axle is down, so I think it's some weight. This is what you see here, a lot of flat land, because it's all below sea level. In the far distance you can probably see a what's it called? A dike. Everything below that is below sea level. So we're below sea level, and all of this in 1953 this was all flooded. I don't know if it was particularly this part of Holland or this part of the area that was flooded, but there's a big chance it was. The whole province was flooded. Yeah, it was a big tragedy and all that kind of stuff. But this is what you see a lot. Nothing. A barn here or there. Some over there is a house. They covered up their house. You can buy stuff there. It's a pension. Plompe torenzicht. Sure. Although it is all flat and there's nothing here, I do like it. It's very quiet. Especially if you go on the side roads and go all the way up there. It's very quiet. Nice. You have a lot of time to think over stuff. To me, driving these distances, this is not really something I usually do. I don't drive these distances too much. This is a 2-hour trip, and that's quite long for me. Distances here aren't that big, so if I do have a long trip like now, I just relax, put a podcast on. Now I have you on. Just, you know, I want to try this camera out. It's a new one, so you have to play with it. And if I have a podcast on, I just relax. Fell out again. Just relax and just think. Let my mind wander. If we go straight here, we go to Zierikzee. Go left here, you can see Ouddorp, Rotterdam. We are going to Rotterdam. Those signs are designed in a way. The first thing you encounter is on the top. So first we are going through Ouddorp, and after that comes Rotterdam. Just rambling on, by the way, just so you know. I like to. It's like giving you a tour. I like to give information about stuff because I know a lot, you know. I drive these roads a lot, so I usually know what's in and around them. I've driven the back roads up here from one side, one store to the other. take it easy because they are taking it easy. See, it's reconnecting to you. I have this tab open. It's easy. It's very easy to use. It takes a lot of energy though. It's connecting through Wi-Fi, by the way. It works pretty well. We're 34 minutes in. Oh wow. People who want to know, this is the work phone. It lives in the truck. It has all my information, what I need to know for work. That is my own phone. Works pretty well. I have this one on 1080 Super View, 30 frames per second in the wide setting. Just I want you to see everything. And you probably see everything. I'm going over the speed limit, so let's slow down a bit. Brouwersdam. Every year. Is it every year? I don't know actually. It's probably every year. They have a festival here, and that's a lot of music, especially in the summer. They block off this whole area for buses and all those people who want to go there. They block this off, and then behind here there is the festival area. You can see it behind there. You can see a bit of dunes. Bloody Germans! Don't mention the war! That's a Monty Python reference. Don't mention the war! There's something I like, it's Monty Python. Over there is Poortzeelanden. That's a vacation park-ish thing. And it has a lot to do with boats and the water and all that kind of stuff. And behind here, as you can see, behind all those dunes is the Brouwersdam. It all goes all the way around. I used to deliver to that park a lot. When I started trucking, I drove a small truck. There is a video of that on my site, on my YouTube, and I delivered over there. But because it was such far out of the way, I usually saved up 2 days worth of stuff and just said I didn't have time, and then with those 2 days worth of packages and pallets and whatever, I went to deliver, because it was a 10-minute drive out of my way, because my delivery area was on this island, and it is an island, so it was all around this island, and this was the far end of it. We didn't go further than this. So for every time I had to go there, I had to go onto the park, go all the way into the back, because your delivery points on those parks are just way into the park, not in the front, no, all the way in the back. But they had a cup of soup, you know, those little cups of soup. So every time I was there, I took some soup. They also run a little old line here, a tram line, with all diesel trams. Back in the old days, there was a tram going all the way from Rotterdam to here, and even further, I believe. And they just stopped in the 60s, and some volunteers just said, "We'll buy some of your stock, rolling stock, and we'll keep them up, and if you leave a little bit of rails lying there, we'll maintain that as well, and we'll carry passengers around." And they still do up to this day. It's pretty busy, especially in the summer. I think they only run in the weekends because it's a voluntary thing. So yeah, it's a very good. It's very nice, especially on Saturday when you drive here. So it is pretty busy, but you can see a little tram going by. Oop, and cruise control. Let's get some water here. Ooh. Always keep hydrated. It's always a good trick. Put a little bottle of water there. Try to keep it upright. I have a tendency to drive a little bit fast around corners when I'm empty, and then keeping that there. If it stays up, your driving is good. Well, good in a way. Stuff keeps upright. Doesn't say a lot when it's upright. Up there's another roundabout. We hadn't had one in a bit. It's up in a high gear now. Especially when I'm empty, this roundabout is pretty quick, you know. I'm carrying a lot of speed around the corners. You can also hear the, especially in the truck, you can hear the turbo whistle. Whenever it gears up, and it goes here, and that's whenever I go into a corner and I put the gas on, it goes up like that. And that's usually full gas because this truck doesn't really have any other than full gas. The kickdown option is disabled, so that's not a problem for me. It goes quick enough. I've driven this truck for 2 years now, and it goes pretty well. Easy does it, mate. Easy does it. This road does have a lot of memories for me, and with a lot, I mean an awful lot. Well, like I told you, I did drive on this road when I began trucking. I only started small, so I didn't drive long distances. But when I started to do so, the longer distances, you know, driving a truck like this, I came and drive for not this company, but a similar company who drove for the same company I drive for now. Long story short, I was in my first week back at this particular job, driving stores for a big chain in Holland, and I was driving up here from the same store I'm coming from now, and just minding my own business, you know. I wanted to be back pretty quickly because I had another store after this. I had to unload a load again after this, and then go to another store and then come back, and then my day was done. I never made it back that day. It just didn't. I didn't get to pass this point actually. Exactly this point. I spun the truck around because a car came at me from the other side, came up over the lines and trained into me. 3 people died that day. The 4th one survived. But I still like to drive on this road. It's one of those things that somewhat calms me. Well, maybe not calms me. It's, you can go up in your mind very much without too much problem. And I like that. I like to be thinking, I suppose. Yeah, so this village, it's all, yeah, that's double meaning to me. Oop, a little bit wide. Oh, up to this point it gets, yeah, after this it gets more congested because of all the traffic. We're closing in on Rotterdam, so yeah, it's getting a little bit crowded. Like you can see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars wedged into us, and I was up in the truck's butt a little bit ago. Let's disconnect that. We're closing up on a place called Goederede. And what actually translates as good reason. Weirdly enough, 48 minutes in. Wow. It's mainly that Honda in front of them, in front of the car in front of me, that's a little bit fucking around. They're doing 80, as they should. That's a bit annoying. It's just a bit annoying. Oh well, let's turn you off, or else I keep watching myself. Here's delivered to stores over here. Or no, not stores. These are just companies. And we came to a standstill. That was a long time ago. I'm very tempted to fuel up the road here, but I want to take all the time to wash this truck because it needs a wash. It's in desperate need of a wash. It's been a few months ago. We just didn't have time. Didn't allow us. They on the company, you know, where we load this shit. They do wash twice a week or something, but those are for two companies who are also stationed at the same area. And it's not always easy to snuck in between two washes, just because they'll just say, no, that company is first, or if a truck of that from that company comes, you have to go if you're in line. So yeah, it's a bit of a hassle, and I'd rather wash my truck properly. So we're gonna do that. See, fell down too fast around the corner. Take the foot off the pedals and the truck will do its work. By the way, this head strap, I really have to get used to that. I haven't worn a hat in a while, I always used to wear hats. Now my hair's gotten long. It's pretty long. It's up to my shoulders now. Yeah, it's. I don't wear hats anymore, just because it's not very convenient. So this hat strap. Sorry about that. It's a really pretty hard to get used to. Hopefully I didn't smudge the lens too much. Sorry. In the industrial area, Stellendam. That's where I usually. No, that's not where I usually refuel. If I want to refuel, I can do it here. It doesn't have the AdBlue one. A dual fuel in here, but it does have a normal diesel in there, and it's a very nice little industrial area. It's not too big, not too small. There's nothing special about it. It's just a nice little industrial area. I always started here when I was on the island, and then worked my way around. I had my ways. Like you do when you drive a route for a little while. And after this, we're almost on the mainland. Over there is the sea, as you can see, and over there is the inland. You guys saw that, a little Fiat 124 and a very low camper van. That's just funny. That's creativity right there. I like that. I need to buy some new cords. This keeps falling out, and my phone is getting a bit old, so put the aircon on again, just to cool it off a bit. And now it won't go off. Damn you. Safer than this, it won't get, with a barrier in the middle. In the far distance, you can probably see parts of a city. I think that's Hellevoetsluis. It's not the biggest city. Sure. He couldn't wait to the roundabout, so he overtook me here. A little bit nervous. Just coast. Still in gear though. You can see that here. It's in 12th. You can see it doesn't use any fuel. It's not consuming any fuel. And now, after changing gears takes fuel. After changing the gear, it doesn't use. See? Whenever I change gear, it uses. I didn't brake. I only used the engine brake. When I'm empty, which does occur sometimes, I still have empty goods with me, you know, stuff I took from the store that I deliver to. They always take, you have to always take things back. But if I am empty or don't have a lot, I do fly. Because this is a very good way to fly. Colleague who didn't recognize me. We always used to have a white truck. It's the same truck. It used to be white, and now we have put stickers on it with company logo, and nobody recognizes anymore. Same trailer, same stickers, same tractor, but different with stickers. Nobody recognized me anymore. And I have my little nameplate in there. On there, and they still don't recognize us. Ignorant people. Oh, it goes to the right here. Nice. Nope, he doesn't. We have a little bump in the road here. Doom, 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 zo. Oh, nice little quad. Some distance. Good at it. Because the truck isn't going that fast and has a heavy load, the traffic behind it stretches out. Go off the gas here already. They will all try to get around him. Where's he? cameras there, and I can finally take you guys off. It's not that I don't mind. It is getting a bit itchy. Could also be because of the air conditioning. He is going to take a break. Oh wow. Operating speed limit. Apple and a pear. Smudge on you guys. How dare I make a little smudge on you. Hopefully that's better. If not, too bad. Kids are out early today. Back. 15. Autoweg 15. Ooh, it's dark. I'm really dark. So it was a good time to look. 109. Ach man. All very nervous and stuff. See, they're talking to each other. It's not on 19. 18.
Ja, elkaar zie je. Ja, maar dat zou wel, dat kan wel, want maar goed. Als je op vakantie hebt en ik zeg tegen jou, nou maar eens prettige vakantie. Dan zeg ik toch niet van, ja, ik zal eens kijken of ik, dan zeg ik toch, oh ja, ik bedenk dan altijd. Dat gaat toch niet zo heel gewoon geld opgeven? Nee, dat klopt. Nee, de kantine 's morgens is ook, ja, een beetje geprikkeld en ik denk nou, ga je gek eentje nog. Ja, inderdaad, zo, en de kantine ook.
Well, that's normal chatter on that radio. I don't tend to listen to that. Only when there's heavy traffic. Everybody's asking what's happened and all that kind of stuff. Just gonna try. Rather not wait, but it's to be done at some point. Joe.